Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Table Talk. I'm your host, Jake Combs, and tonight we are taking a look at the G.I. Joe deck building game expansion, Shadow of the Serpent, as well as the bonus box that you can get with it as well. So let's go ahead and jump in. Now, with this expansion, I know recently we did one for Transformers that was an expansion. That one worked as a standalone game as well. This one does not. So you do require the core game to play with this game. These boxes were provided to us by Renegade Games for the purpose of this video. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. Actually, first, before we really get into this, let's take a look at the bonus box. So on the back it says 2 promo character cards and a punch board base backdrop. All right. So the backdrop itself looks very much like the old pit from the animated series. And then I don't know if these 2 cards are the same for everybody or if they're different, but we have Solo Snake Eyes and Team Player Scarlet. Which personally they're 2 of my favorite characters, so I'm good with that. Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow have always been my personal favorites. Now, funny story, the day that today rather, my family went out to the pumpkin patch to look at some pumpkins and stuff for Halloween. And I was wearing my favorite G.I. Joe shirt, knowing that I was going to be filming this video tonight, and went through the entire day, got nothing on the shirt. It was still clean, other than the fact that I've been wearing it all day. And, come dinner, we were having a late dinner because it was far away that we had gone for that trip. And so come dinner time, we get our fast food, just so we can get the kids to bed quicker, and not even a bite of the burger, a bite of the fries that had touched the sauce from the burger, just a smidge, and eating that one single fry dripped on my shirt and made it so I couldn't wear it for this video. So we had to go with another shirt instead, but that's not really a big deal. I mean, it's just a shirt after all, but I always like to try to kind of plan those things out when able. So here we have our actual rule book itself for the expansion. I love the fact that it is full color, very detailed, explaining the cards, the gameplay, new mission setup. So specifically there are 2 new missions in the expansion, the Rise of Serpentor and Night of the Rashikaji. So you can actually do one of those. And then there's no special setup, simply place all 5 command center tiles face down during setup. For Night of the Rashikaji, place all 5 command center tiles face up during setup. Then place X Ninja in the command center, where X is the number of players plus 1. So for a 3-player game, that would be 3 plus 1, so 4. If you were playing solo, that would be 2. And then as you clear Ninja from tiles, you'll be able to use those uncovered tiles. We have 3 new officers for Cobra, 4 new complications. We have 10 Cobra troopers that are ninjas. Let's see. Then it goes into some specific card clarifications for Bridge Layer and the Hercules. So not as in-depth as we would like to see, obviously, but considering that this is an expansion that requires the core game, they didn't necessarily need to. They just did the rules for what's included in the box, not for the game as a whole. And so we have our tiles. One includes the laser cannon, one command room, one stockade, the repair bay, and the battle station. So we're going to go ahead and just punch those out real quick. And actually, now looking at it with this expansion, it looks like we could easily do something like this to place the tiles. And I'm just completely, speculating here. I have no idea if that's actually how they're intended to go or not. Then like that's, I don't know. Just an idea, but once we get access to the core rules and the core game, and are finally able to actually test this game out, we'll be able to see that in action and figure that out as well. So inside we have 2 different sized decks of cards. One looks like is your missions, and one is the actual cards themselves. All right. Make sure that there's nothing under these inserts. And there's not, so we're just going to go ahead and store that in there. All right. All right, so yeah, looking at these are all missions. So it's mission 3 and mission 4. So the core game obviously would have mission 1 and 2. So I like the art style. It's very reminiscent of the Marvel comics as well as the original cartoon series that we grew up with. Like one of these mission cards, story mission, it's a group mission, and shows the ninjas fighting each other. And then I really like this one, Glide into the Rashikaji Dojo. Let's see. I wish I actually had the ability to zoom in on these cards, which I don't. But seeing Snake Eyes in the hang glider, that's pretty cool. Budo rescuing prisoners. We have Tunnel Rat. A couple of Tunnel Rat cards, actually. So definitely some cool looking cards in there. Like I said, I really like the art style. And then if I can find where the seal is on this, because I actually put my knife away after breaking the seal before I actually started filming, forgetting that I would need to open up the cards inside. But that's okay, we found it. We are able to go. Now there is an expert mode that this includes as well. Basically, before adding cards to the core set main deck, first remove that same many cards. So that's 20 cards from Serpent of the Shadow, so it's basically saying to remove 20 other cards as well. All right, and then inside we have 2 different Hawks, 2 different Storm Shadows, and I really like the art for the promoted leader Storm Shadow. We have Repeater, Budo, Chuckles, Psych Out, Ambush, Falcon, Lifeline, Outback, Bomb Strike, and then Helix. And then adding in the bonus cards brings Snake Eyes and Scarlet into this. Now I'm willing to bet that with these, that the core game also has a Snake Eyes and Scarlet, but without having access to that right now, I can't say with certainty. We have 2 vehicles, the Bridge Layer and the Hercules. We have 4 different utilities. We have some gear like a shuriken, crossbow, grenade, katana. For enemies, we have Dr. Venom, Firefly, and Serpentor as far as the enemy officers. Now what I like is the Cobra cards say Obey Cobra on the back. Here we have the Cobra Ninja Troopers, which, like I said before, there's 10 of. We have complications, so things that basically Cobra does to affect things, like Dr. Venom appearing, Ninja Attack, Ninja Strike Team, things like that. And then the card for Expert Mode. So definitely some cool looking cards here. Now again, having never played the core game, I can't say if any of these cards actually look like they're going to be any good, but knowing the team behind these and their attention to detail with the Transformers game, I'm not expecting really anything but great stuff out of this box. You know, the Rise of Serpentor was a great storyline, so kind of being able to play a little bit off of that is definitely cool. But we definitely need to get a hold of the core game so we can play it in its entirety. And that's pretty much it until I actually do my written review on these, just simply because I need to actually study the rules more. I need to play the core game, play with these as well, and see, you know, what my thoughts are on at that point. But again, knowing the team behind this that also did the Transformers card game, I expect nothing but great things from this game. So definitely some cool stuff for me to look forward to. But that is it for tonight. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I hope you have yourselves a great night.